Hello, my good friend. I'm joined here today by my beautiful girlfriend.
Hello.
Hello. And we are going to be looking at the game Tomorrow Children.
Ooh, sounds creepy.
It kind of is, yeah. Now, I know nothing about this game. And last time when we were playing Pyre, a pure work of art, in my opinion, okay? Something new, something beautiful, something great. You kept saying, I'm trying to figure it out. And that's true, there was a lot to figure out. And not playing video games, I can see why you'd be lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to experience it like I would.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine finding this completely free game from PlayStation or whatever, and just installing it and playing it. You're just as lost as me.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the start button, and you're running around, and it's telling you to beware of the void, otherwise you'll sink away. So I want you to take the reins and kind of interpret this. And just tell me what you're thinking. Tell me your thought process.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. So I'm trying to get a better look at him right now.
Okay, so that's super creepy.
Rezultati just человеческой рази. Дух народа растаял в void от края темноты даже. Крик народа слышен сейчас. Una дух народа и возвышенное. Это попытки сублимируется, говоря как должное вообще. Центов каждый раз, когда это люди мира стремятся привержены беспокойству.
Oh my god. Well, it's not a lot to figure out there. I mean, it told you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so creepy. So the world was destroyed and an experiment that went wrong. They're rebuilding. He does not seem like a nice guy. He's picking on this poor little girl, their little backpack.
Каждый раз, когда это говоря как должное вообще было естественно, это весьма редкая. Расширит тумн, привлекает ресурсы.
So he's sending the little kid out to while he sits in the safety of his TV there.
It's called a comrade's pickaxe. A pickaxe that works about 2 times faster than a common pickaxe.
Oh.
So a little bit of propaganda, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd obviously want to use the comrade's pickaxe.
I guess there's no child labor laws in this new world.
Yeah.
There are the kids.
I'm not answering a single thing. This was probably one of the most fun 10 minutes I had with a game.
Really?
Yeah, figuring out what the hell this is. I know. I really liked that shot. I just thought it would look cool.
That is really cool. So a clone, not like a robot, but a clone.
Basically, yeah. Some sort of projection, he said.
Oh.
So, again, that's kind of ambiguous.
Mm. What an interesting thought, you know? Like, it's pretty cool,
Yeah, isn't it?
concept.
So I thought maybe the blocks that were pushing out a little bit were telling me, hey, mind me over here.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently not. And I didn't edit this beginning footage just because I really wanted you to feel like I felt.
Mm.
Like, is this a tunnel? Am I supposed to be down here? And lo and behold, at the end of it, some sort of treasure chest with a flare in it. Utterly fascinating.
Yes, definitely. Like I'm just, like, what is happening? What is going on?
Glued to it, right?
Yes, I am.
It almost reminded me of, do you remember Dragon Quest Builders?
Mm-hmm.
I got this idea, oh my gosh, is this communist Dragon Quest Builders? A building game, but with a communist theme. And I was like, oh my god, please be that. I tried to rebel, if you saw that. I tried to mine the TV thing, but it didn't do anything. And I thought that looked more fun than the stupid light bulb, so I decided to carry it around.
The music definitely sets the mood.
And what do you think the mood is?
It's just very, like, sort of this looming something, like, oh, well, now there's,
Well, it almost
no, you feel like
just
something's coming.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's almost just as tense to hear her humming away as she merrily works. And it's trying to show you, it's putting in the backpack. That's the little visual cue of a little aura around your backpack when you were putting things away. Unfortunately, I couldn't put this in my backpack, so I flung it. Again, I'm just hitting buttons and trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. Because it said bring it outside. And I am soaking it up rather than just running to the objective. I kind of have fun, I guess, role-playing it and just being like I'm really in this world. It felt so tense, I wanted to add to it almost.
And him speaking in Russian is just adding to it.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
I don't think it's Russian.
Oh, you don't?
I think it's just made to sound like Russian.
Right, but that's the gist, right?
I think so. I'm not sure, though. And look at this, as soon as I put that down.
процентов каждый раз, когда это резиденция людей, которые выстроились.
What is it? What do you think it is if it's not Russian?
Oh, no, I
You
think
think
it's
it's
a
like
made
made up?
Yeah,
Do you think it's
yeah,
meant to be like,
Russian,
yeah,
totally.
okay.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
But it's
I
just,
think it's made up. It could be
okay.
real Russian. But sometimes I think like I dug the art style.
Yeah.
Thought that, it really fit. Report to the Ministry of Labor. And, it just showed me another little propaganda thing with how great my town is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm the best communist, I'll have the best home, Ration coupons. Isn't this just... Recover Matryoshka dolls and revive them, increasing the population in town.
Does that mean revive them?
Yeah.
Dolls?
So, if I'm a projection, why would finding these dolls, but why would finding medals work? If I'm in a projected world, is this all in his mind? And look at this now.
That's confusing.
He said catch the subway station.
And it's coming up. I thought it was like the world was destroyed and now like they're rebuilding, but if it's a projection, what does that mean? It's just pretend?
Yeah, so I don't know if he's in a room thinking all of these things or trying to, maybe it's one of those situations where it's a collective conscience that has been downloaded or computerized or something. That's very out there.
I think I like the idea of like a new world and sending out these clones to discover what's out there before they start rebuilding.
I completely agree. I'm not totally sold on the projection thing. I don't like it either.
So he's like playing a game inside this game.
Almost, yeah. So I imagine him in a room amongst an apocalyptic, post Earth, and he's trying to rebuild this new Earth. But again, you're kind of like, but since this is some sort of communist dystopia, I thought, hey, maybe we're not getting the full picture.
Right.
Which is bad. So of course, I'm like, I'll rebel. And he just says, okay, bye. Which was a bit of a letdown. So then even though I said bye, it still ended up with the same choice.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. I'm still kind of fascinating.
I'm definitely fascinated. I think I'm a little disappointed if it's a game. He's playing a game within a game. I kind of like the idea of like he's trying to rebuild, so he's sending these clones out to check things out. So
I completely agree, baby.
I'm confused a little bit.
So, I completely agree. And if you remember, I said it was the best 10 minutes ever.
Oh, is that where it ended?
Well, by this point, I kind of want to be told what's going on.
This is some color.
Yeah, you know. And now the actual editing part begins. But by this point, I kind of want to be told what I'm doing and where I'm going, because I thought it showed me, go here, collect the medals, that's it, come back, earn ration coupons. But now they show this crafting stuff, and what was such a beautiful, mysterious world. No, I don't want to put any thoughts in your head. But the thing is, this is almost like radio, and I'm looking at your face.
I know.
So,
I know. I think, like, I guess if you could have seen my face for the first 10 minutes, I was like, oh my God.
glued to it.
Yeah, like my eyes open, my mouth open.
And now you're shrugging.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, what? Like, I did like the mysterious, like, sort of no color, that sort of ominous music, and this is kind of pretty and glittery. I'm just, no.
Well, got some bad news.
What?
It's all downhill from here.
Oh my God. What was on her desk? Looked like a little guy.
Yeah, like it was a copy of you. If you're a projection clone, I guess all of you are the same person.
Oh.
But who's controlling that? Is this another one of those situations where it's online again? I was like, oh no, is this just an online free-to-play game that I got? And again, I'm looking at your face, and your face is just, what's this expression called? Look for it. Like, what's this expression called? Because that's what you're doing.
Disappointment.
It's like a smug smirk, right? Disappointment. So I like this part. You get to watch a little propaganda thing as you are a hamster on a wheel, making the power for everybody.
Oh, okay.
I like that, because it's a stupid way to get power, but you can see it in this communist little world right now.
But you have to watch the propaganda.
Well, no, that's the best television out there, babe. You know,
Oh.
and I liked that. I liked that it's the worst thing ever.
I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Black Mirror for some reason.
Yeah, that's awesome. The good Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And unless you want this to turn into a long, disappointed rant, I will quickly change the subject. Because, oh my God. Nope, I won't do it. I won't do it. For your sake. Because this would be the 80th time you heard me go on.
That's okay if you want to go on.
No.
It's okay.
And I'm okay with mysteriousness and not knowing what you're doing. This is a little much, in my opinion. So, one of the problems that Pyre seems to be facing is people are saying it's too, some critics like it, which if I'm agreeing with critics, there's something fundamentally wrong. Yeah, what's this?
Bombs? What are they?
And that's what I'm saying. This game has really lost potential. Like Maroon 5. And what was such a beautiful, mysterious world, you still see glimpses of it, and that makes it almost more sad. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to call on the radio and they're going to say, hey, we're constantly attacked by monsters, and your job is to build up the town's defenses and build up the town and repair it to protect it, and, defend and whatever. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that mysterious monsters come and give you an imposing threat, so that you've always got an objective.
She's not very confident.
Yeah,
She's like,
I screwed this up a lot. I didn't realize it was just a press the buttons sort of thing. And again, this unfun, repetitive gameplay works thematically. because thematically it's supposed to be an oppressive communist little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's really unenjoyable and you know, one day I can enjoy doing work is the goal.
Yeah.
And that's really fun to me.
Mm.
But like Coraline. Babe, did you ever see Coraline?
I don't think so.
The beginning of Coraline I absolutely adore. But the more that they introduce, the less I kind of dug the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what this does. Anyway, Pyre is a true masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
But lots of the problems that it's having is people don't know what it is. You know, they play the game for 20 minutes and they're like, this is just confusing, I'm good. Or some people are like, I'd rather just play a sports game. And then some critics are saying, it is highly iterative, you know, repetitive or what have you. And I'm like, well then, guess what else is repetitive? Every sport ever.
Mm.
Basketball is super repetitive. Soccer is iterative. So I thought that was a pretty lame excuse.
Right.
Or a lame critique because you know what else is repetitive? Shooting people.
Mm.
You know, you could say that about everything,
Right.
every game then.
What did you say? Iterative? What was it?
Iterative.
Iterative. I can't say it.
You know,
I never heard that.
you're such a beautiful, smart creature whenever this microphone's turned off.
I've never heard
But
that
it
word.
works, you know. I really need to finish your little blonde caricature so people can picture you better. So here I am, I took the bus or the tram or whatever the hell. And imagine just knowing nothing. So this was an empty island, so I went, okay, I guess I'll go to that creepy island. But being lost loses its finesse after about 23 minutes of not knowing what to do or not talking to anybody.
It's an interesting mode of transportation.
You see what it's got fun aspects to it, but anyway. So here comes the part that me and you really dig. And that's just completely ignoring what's going on screen and talking to each other. Like Steep, where we just kind of watched it in the background.
Yeah.
So the rest is edited kind of like Mass Effect, where I just, if I needed to say anything, I put it on screen. I really love the visuals to this, and it's really creative and beautiful. But there's some glaring flaws that are going to come up. But, you know, who gives a shit? It was fun.
Yeah. You know,
for a little bit.
I guess after the first few minutes, I actually, it's kind of funny that I think I would have liked it more. Oh, don't go in there. No. Like I think I already had my heart set on it being one way. And so even if this is great or interesting, it's not what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Like I think it would have been really cool, that idea of, you know, the world was destroyed in some nuclear whatever, and they're rebuilding, and they send these clones out to try to survive and see if anything's left, but like keep it dark and sort of tense. That would have been like really cool.
Yeah, wouldn't it have?
You know?
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for too.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah. So, remember I went water skiing, or tried to?
I was gonna say.
Thanks, babe. Okay. Just to let you know again, I've never skied.
I didn't say anything.
I've never even been on a ski.
I give you credit. I haven't either.
Nothing. I thought they'd just let me grab the reins, put the shoes on me, and full power.
Right.
Like, so that way I'd already be standing and all you have to do is hold on.
Right, that's what I thought.
You have to hold on, keep the shoes completely parallel in water.
Oh my God.
And be in a fetal position with your knees towards your chest.
Jesus.
And then when they go 30 miles per hour, because again, they look at you and they go like, you're kind of you're a big guy or a big girl. We gotta boost this up to 60 to get your fat ass up
Oh my
gliding
God,
on
you
the
don't have
water.
a fat ass, though.
But that's what they do though. Like the older you are, or the more of an adult or whatever,
Right.
they just pedal to the metal on this thing.
Oh my God.
So imagine holding nothing and then having oh, and your arms have to be completely straight at all times.
Oh my God.
So it's only forearm strength, which, you know, who exercises forearms? Like, so I was not ready for it at all, and I just had my ass like dry, like okay, that's a gross term. I didn't mean it like that. I was gonna say dry humps, like across the lake, because it was just miserable and god awful. And then and I was so pissed because I was the first one to do it. It was free, by the way. It was free. It was
it?
included with the
I
thing.
didn't know that.
So you didn't have to pay for anything. So it's kind of like are you gonna try something that you've never done before for literally $0?
Yeah.
Or do you want to pass it up? And of course I was there with family. And my family members, I had to show them that it's okay to fail in front of a group of people. Don't worry about it.
You son of a.
yeah. A lesson that I just don't believe in whatsoever. Okay, but I had to pretend, like, go for your dreams.
Well, what was cool too is like showing them that, like, don't be afraid to try. Like, don't care what people think too.
Yeah, but
Because that would probably stop me a little bit. Like,
I did care though.
I know. We all do, but it's like you try to pretend it doesn't.
I know.
bother you.
Plus, I really thought it would even be better if I made a fool of myself and then did it. So that's really like,
Yeah.
and I have a very high standard of stuff that, like, it's simple, you should be able to do it. And I beat myself up over a lot. So by the fifth time when he was like, okay, this is it. This is your last chance. I'm like, okay. Because that's not putting the pressure on. Because I was just getting worse and worse. And I'm halfway across the lake now. Without having done it once. Like a wet sandbag dragged across the water.
I'm really proud of you though.
I can't believe I didn't get ass burn or something like that. I mean, literally, imagine skipping a stone, but it was my two butt cheeks across the whole lake.
Oh my God.
So, at first, listen, everybody was super cool on the beach. But everybody had been going there since they were like 10. Well, this is our 11th year. We're kind of newbies. I shit you not. That is what somebody said.
Oh my God.
The other people that have done it for 20 years. And then, their children were off on the lake and they didn't do it the first time, but they did it the second time. And they were talking like, oh, she's going to beat herself up over that for not having done it immediately. And I just hated all of them so much. Whatever. Anyway.
Well, that was like cool. I don't know that I would have tried it. I really don't. What is that? Oh my God.
So it's okay. Me and my girlfriend can't see the screen anymore because the PC ran into an awesome problem. So now what I have to do is I'll edit this and record it accordingly.
Okay.
But the things that people are gonna see that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
There were two amazing monsters just on screen.
No.
Like Godzilla.
Oh my God, I want to see
But their
it.
spikes were neon.
Oh my God.
And they were completely like, that weird white color or whatever that we've been seeing.
Oh my God, what happened? It's completely gone?
It's restarting itself because it encountered a problem.
Oh my God, I wonder if it's like weather. Like a lot of power outages and stuff today with the severe storms, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, So apparently, when you run
Mhm.
out, if you saw that Comrade's pickaxe or whatever
Mm-hmm.
had 8 uses or what have you, once those 8 uses go, you'd think, oh, I just used my ration coupons to get a new one, right?
Right.
You have to wait 30 minutes before, in real time,
Oh my God.
before another pickaxe becomes available. So it's one of those games where it's like, just play it tomorrow.
That is really weird.
And I said,
Oh
I
my
hate
God.
games like that. Go screw yourself. So I was very angry at that point
Yeah, I don't
because
blame
guess
you.
what, babe?
What?
I could spend $5 real and play the game right now and get that pickaxe right away.
Oh, I get it. So the free game. Oh, I get it now. It's just the free game. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. I can understand.
Yeah, so it was totally gross. And
Why would you have a free game in the first place? If you had a game, why wouldn't you sell it? Why do they have free games?
because free games like Clash of Clans are some of the most profitable games in the industry. Because what people do is they play it, and then after 20 hours of playing it every day, they go, come on, I've earned it. Let's
Mhm.
just pay $30
Oh,
and get that cash of, bumblewumps.
I get it. So they rely on you getting invested in it so that you want to purchase additional things.
Yeah.
It would just seem to make more sense just to have someone buy it up front.
Well, the new thing that they love to do is they love to buy it up front and then offer additional stuff that you can also pay for, so it's the best of both worlds for them.
Oh man.
But anyway, there was this Godzilla-like creature,
Yeah.
and I didn't care if they'd kill me. I just wanted to play a fun game for a second.
Yeah.
So what I do is I run over to it, and I I want it to stomp me, or I want to make friends with it. And the game just let me sink into the quicksand before I got to them. Very disappointing.
Oh. Did I choose this desktop?
You did.
You can change it.
I
I'm like,
can.
why did I choose this? Some guy diving into the water.
Yeah, some other guy's ass. No, you can barely see it. It's just
No, but you can put something
I
else
figured,
in it.
you liked water,
I do.
so
I love
I just
water.
was letting it stay up there.
More to look at it than to participate in it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like I don't think I would do the water skiing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh baby. Okay.
I have
Listen,
complete respect for the water.
if me and you had all day and we
Yeah.
stole that by the way, I
Yeah.
totally wanted to borrow, quote, quote, a boat. Because it was like a legit sailboat that these rich people weren't using. And I borrowed a boat before I told you that story.
Yes.
It's pretty fun.
And
I was young though, so it made sense.
do you want to go on a boat?
I've been on a boat.
No, I meant with me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Be
We
on a
never
little
talked
rowboat
about
with you
A
too.
rowboat. I don't want a rowboat.
Why not? It
Well,
could be romantic or
because
whatever.
because when I was at camp,
You went to a camp?
and I fell out of the canoe,
Seriously?
and then when I came up, I hit my head
my
on
gosh.
the
Oh,
boat.
that's terrible.
I know.
Whoa, that explains a lot now. Iterative.
See, I have an
You
excuse.
poor thing.
I know. It's like dramatic.
Wow. That's
And
terrible.
I don't think anyone knew.
No, of course
And I
not.
wasn't a complainer, so I just
Oh my
swam to
gosh.
shore.
And just died on shore
There
quietly?
you go. Yeah.
Well, she's just taking a nap on the beach.
Just a little tired.
Yeah. She's just been there for the past few days.
Me and my concussion will just.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't a complainer. See, that's why I love the episodes that we can just talk about whatever. Because you've got such a great personality when you're not being like, what's that crazy word you just used? But in her defense, she did bring wine to this recording.
I did. I was thinking about that. I don't think I've ever had wine.
During a recording.
Right.
No, before and
Before
after.
and after.
sure. But never during.
No, never during.
No, it's the new an alcoholic stream before,
I
during,
know.
and after. Why choose? But anyway, you want to know what so I was watching a Kesha music video. Okay,
Oh
not
my
not the
God.
praying one.
Oh, oh,
Not that one.
really?
A
Oh,
different one.
oh, which one?
I'm not going to tell you because it's the song that I wanted to show you.
Is
Okay.
a new one? Oh,
A
is that
new
the
one.
one you wanted to show me
Yeah.
last night?
Yeah. So listen.
Why didn't I listen to it? I can't remember. Oh, I think I was just, we were just like, I was just busy.
Anyway, yeah, we'll call it that.
Okay.
But anyway, she wears gold spandex and a literal cape. And when I watched it, I didn't even question it. It was only the 5th time that I watched the music video that I went, wait, what the hell is she wearing? If I ever get to the point where I can just wear gold spandex with a literal cape in public, I've won.
You have.
That's the dream right
Winning.
now. Right? Can you imagine that?
Not really, but that's amazing.
So there were some more visionary things on screen. It was very beautiful and very picturesque, which is why I thought it would make an excellent video. But I thought, I've been showing you so many masterpieces and so many beautiful things. I thought I might as well show you kind of a letdown, because you've never experienced that. And just imagine loading up a game or seeing a movie and being disappointed. And again, I'm trying to show you everything.
Well, you've done a good job. We've seen so many different things.
I know, we've had a lot of fun, and I think your appreciation and your understanding has grown.
I know.
Being behind the controller, you're just as lost, but you can have so many more experiences because you're in control.
Right. I get that.
Anyway, Pyre is a masterpiece, and I think it just sucks that I've said this to you before, but I prefer to say it on, recording or whatever. But like Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, good versus evil is such a highly understandable concept by everybody. It's acceptable, it's understandable, and you can get behind it without understanding the finesse. A game with moral gray areas that has new gameplay, new music, and is a different world. When I'm doing art therapy, or when I was doing, more art therapy and training and stuff, you can't even ask people to help themselves. And it's a lot to ask from them because they've got a lot going on and they're too busy or too tired. Even if they know that art makes them feel better, or even if they know that music, reading, or writing makes them feel better.
Right.
They just won't do it. And because it's too much.
Right.
And as disappointing as that is, I really felt bad for Pyre, just because Pyre is a magnificent work of art that is unlike anything anybody's experienced. And just like Mass Effect, the first time I booted up Mass Effect, I didn't know where I was, I didn't know what I was doing, I didn't know about the Krogans, and the Turians, and the sexy, sexy Quarians.
That's actually one of my favorites.
Right?
Yeah, I like really. Are the Krogans one that looks like frogs?
Reptile. But right?
Oh,
Frogs, maybe. I guess they had froggy faces, but they're built like a tank, right? They've got big backs and stuff. Yeah, those are the Krogans.
Yeah, I think those were my favorites.
Like a frog.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Frogs are pretty intimidating to you, I guess.
I love frogs.
Really?
Yeah.
I owned frogs for a while.
I killed frogs for a while. No, I didn't know what happened. No, one time, weirdest thing ever, I was driving in the rain late at night, and there was I never saw anything like it. It was in the country, and it was like some frog migration thing. And like we couldn't help it. Like we're driving, and there was like I never saw anything like it. Just hundreds of them crossing the road, a country road, and like it's pouring rain and it's dark and like we wiped out half the frogs in
That's
Massachusetts.
terrible.
And I didn't try to do it. I'm just saying it happened. And I do. I love frogs, so
Yeah, that's quite the story
I know, but
for
it's
loving frogs.
but it's a weird thing. Like I never heard of that. It actually, you know what? Now that I think of that, I would love to find out what that was. Like why?
We could own frogs, babe. We could get some frogs and have a cool little terrarium or whatever.
I don't know if you can keep frogs like that.
You can keep, babe. You ever been to a pet store?
I know, but I don't like pet stores. I don't like to see them caged.
Okay, seriously.
Yeah, I feel like they
Frogs,
need to jump
they're
around.
but they're already screwed. If we don't buy them, nobody's going to.
Yeah, but that theory, that's
Well, whatever.
you
Anyway,
can't save every frog.
a gigantic. Well, clearly not from you anyway. But like, imagine a huge tank, like from that wall, like the size of that bureau. That
In the dining
and
room?
and a tiny little frog, he'd be set for life, or she.
I do like frogs.
Well, whatever. Anyway.
Okay, well, something to think about.
It was just an idea.
Okay.
Like it would more so. I kind of want to build a cool terrarium. It's like it's a fun art project now, but whatever. Anyway, so you missed out on seeing some cool stuff.
Oh,
That's our
kind of
problem.
disappointed.
Hopefully everybody else enjoyed it,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully I showed what I wanted to show of it,
Mm-hmm.
because I literally don't know how long I've been recording,
Okay.
or how far we got, or
True.
what anybody saw, because the
Mhm.
computer that we record during exited, blah 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 blah.
Mhm.
I hope this was relaxing. I hope people enjoyed seeing a new experience and were able to partake in escapism
Mm-hmm.
and just relax and
Yeah.
chill out. For some reason, some people love relaxing to creepy things, clearly.
I think there's so many different things people like. We've
Yeah.
even talked about like the differences in what we needed out of ASMR.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't even like to watch the screen. I want to hear it. I like to look at it so I have a visual, and then I want to like just hear it until I am distracted enough to fall asleep. And you like to watch it,
I do.
but that like just keeps me sort of awake.
If you switch your phone to night shift mode, it helps.
Yeah, I know. I just discovered that because you told me.
Yeah, because for some reason, supposedly the science is, your brain sees a light source and it could think it's still daylight. Whereas with night shift mode, sure, it's still a light source, but it's not.
Right.
It's differing colors.
Mm.
And I've actually been able to fall asleep quite quickly
Yeah.
if I've got night shift mode on or whatever, and the brightness turned down. But anyway, is there anything else you'd like to say? Another beautiful frog story or something?
No, that was very interesting. And even though the computer, I don't know what will show, but I think the first 10 minutes was the most interesting. I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it was a great little jaunt.
Yeah, it really was. It was very, like, I love that sort of tense, mysterious, very cool. Very cool. A little disappointed because I would have liked it to go in a different direction, but it was really good.
Thank you.
So I do hope people subscribe, like,
I
because
do as well.
I know, because you work so hard. You really care about this, and I think that's why I care about it, because I see your passion for it, and I know there's a lot out there, but you have very good intentions, and
Well, that's really appreciated. Thank you. Yes. So, anyway, thank you very much for listening. This is the series in which I show my girlfriend, who knows nothing of video games, some video games. Today we looked at The Tomorrow Children, and it's a game that will forever remain yesterday, and I don't know. That sounded more poetic in my head, I guess.
It was very good.
Thank you for listening, and good night.
Good night.